On today's video, I'd like to introduce to you the KVK Season 3, the first Light versus Darkness Kingdom 541 is going to be in, where my jumper is right now. This KVK is supposedly the Lost Kingdom 1 of this group, the biggest Lost Kingdom of them all. And in this video, we're going to go over all these folks very briefly and also tell you what my plan is with this account, what we're building it towards, show you a little bit of progress, and then we'll dive into the content you should be expecting out of this account because it's going to be a juicy one. So sit back, drop a like on the video. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. We're back on the jumper, Kingdom 541. We're gearing in for a very crazy KVK to come. I am not going to go over the KVK just yet. You'll understand why in this video, and also a bunch of other stuff. Before we start, I'm a content creator who's sponsored by Rise of Kingdoms. If you enjoy the content, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get a notification every time we upload a new video. 63% of you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. All right, so this jumper is in Kingdom 541, I believe, for about a week, maybe a little bit longer than that. I don't really remember when it was that we hopped in here. And the plan was right before the KVK matchmaking started to get in and get going. So our KVK matchup is up, and you can see in the Kingdom ranks, the folks who are going up and against as well, with and against. 487, 474, 478, 543, 525, 528, 541, which is us, and 526. Now, we're not going to get into these kingdoms today, but I will do a stream sometime later in the future, which is going to be about every single one of these kingdoms. We're going to go look at all their top alliances and all that good stuff. So you can look forward for that as we near a little bit further the KVK. For now, I honestly don't remember which the two were the teams, and we don't have that awesome view just yet of the teams right next to each other. So I'm waiting for that to really break this KVK apart, but we can talk about a few things that we can see already. The first thing is a call came out by 541. Listen, let's do Marauders, let's have some fun, but we're not really pushing it. I personally prefer that. I don't think that the extra buffs in the beginning, like the 3% damage, would make a huge difference. It can make a huge difference in kingdoms where the kingdoms are very, very close to each other. Something like Lost Kingdom 1, where the two big kingdoms have a lot of firepower and the 3% damage can be very significant. The amount of effort and resources and time and AP and all that that's used to get a temporary buff for KVK doesn't seem to me realistic. A lot of people think that this is like a early competition. In my Lost Kingdom, one of the things that people keep talking about is how we keep losing KVK, even though Kingsland hasn't started yet, on the JWM account, because of the way that we didn't end up first place in this or other different parameters. I'm not a big fan of the pre-KVK. I don't think it's that meaningful. It's a matter of how many bodies you have in your kingdom and how much AP is going to get burned and how many resources and speed ups are going to get burned to end up in number one. Like, it's not really that exciting. I honestly think that anyone who spends a good amount in here is missing out on things for their own account and for their own kingdom within KVK that can be much more significant long term. For example, I would say using AP to earn a skin is much better. Yes, it's a individual thing. It's not a team thing, but that individual thing can be later on used for a team thing. For example, if you're an archer and you get the archer skin, now you can be an archer rally leader or an archer garrison commander for that matter. So I'm not a big fan of the pre-KVK. Some people are. We were spending our free AP, not even that on this, to be honest with you. And that's that. What's the plan for this account? Initially, I said, let's go Cavs. And I am unfortunately regretting the fact that I got my Saladin to 5551. Now, yes, I can live with a decent Saladin. I need expertise, Minamoto, and we don't have Khan available in the sense of he's very, very low. But I kind of decided to shift a little bit my thought on it. And because a Takeda wheel is happening right now, and we're going to have at least one more wheel before Kingsland, I am going to try to expertise Attila Takeda and try to maybe lead a little bit of rallies. I want this account to be different than the JWM account. The JWM account is an archer commanders. It's more garrison based. It's in a place where there's tons of rally leaders. And so I never really needed to build up to be a rally leader. I built up to be a garrison archer player more than anything else on the big account. And so on here, I want to try to be a more offensive player. I want to try to get my Atel Takeda set up. And from there, we're going to try to get that Alexander back to the level where he needs to be. Get our Constantine up a little bit. Try to kind of build an account that is not the ideal account, but it's a fun account that we get to play in and be high impact kind of player. And the reason I want to go in that path, and it's not a path that I would recommend to everybody, is because this account was dormant for quite a little while. As a matter of fact, you can take a look that although I have most commanders unlocked, I have the ones that came into the either wheels that I was active or the card king that I got to see before I left Kingdom 59. But as you can see, even Guan I didn't get to spin. I was not active in the game when Guan was in the kingdom that I was in. And so I missed out on seasonal events. I missed out on daily logins to get to VIP 13 and then to get to VIP 14. I'm way behind. And so Kingdom 541 is a great place that I kind of went backwards enough that it's Atel Takeda. After that comes Artemisia and Ramses. Now I'm not focusing archers, so I can. After that comes Guan and Leonidas, which is great for me because I need to get Guan. And then I'm gonna skip the archers. I'm gonna wait for the next cavalry, which is Chandragupta and them. We have in between the garrison commanders, which I'm gonna skip. So it'll give me the ability to catch up to this kingdom in terms of having usable, strong commanders. So the plan, hopefully, we hope and pray that I manage to get there, is to expertise the two commanders. The slight issue is, of course, we're at 741 sculptures. This is enough to get Attila, okay, or Takeda. But then we're at 551 sculptures into 690 extra that I need, and add to those 51. Add to those the 80 some that I already have into him, 50 here, and I believe that was a 30. So this is 50 and this is 30, so that's 80 plus 51. So we are about 131 sculptures into Takeda if I expertise Attila from sculptures. With the next wheel, I'll have a better knowledge on how much I gain. And based on that, we have a seasonal event coming up. We have an anniversary event coming up. We have Karok coming up, which is 12 sculptures plus the bosses. There are ways for me to potentially make it to Atel Takeda expertise. It's going to be rough, but we could get there. One of those ways, though, will also require me to win an event in which, in that event, I first of all turn to tier 5, which, for the record, this account should be very well placed to do so. It is relatively stacked on resources, which I haven't used yet because I know I'm going to have to use a bunch of these to do my researches, so I'm just holding it till the very end. And we're also very well equipped with speed ups to really get to wherever we need to get to. Tier 5s are attainable out of this account. But I have about 40 million worth of power worth of a hop. And so I need to figure out where to spend those 40 million worth of power to get myself good rewards. For example, if I were to wait for a power event where you get a legendary skin, I could easily make 40 million points. 40 million points could land me potentially in first place, which would land me more sculptures. So we're really looking to try to get a good event where I'll pump up, get my researches where they need to be, get my sculptures out of there, and go from there. While we're doing that, we're also already gearing up for our equipment, because having Atel Takeda expertise is great, but in 2020, you need to have equipment on those Atel Takeda to make them strong. As you can see, we have 2 gladiators, already 1 available, and we're probably gonna make 1, dismantle it, and remake it for the special talent, even though I should be considering the option of having 2 gladiators for 2 marches. I need the special talent on the one Attila Takeda more than I would need another gladiator. We also have cloud racers available and ready to rock and roll. We have pieces of the Abyssal Visage, which we will eventually finish up from doing quests. It'll take no time. And from there, as soon as Osiris League begins, we'll be able to cop potentially ourselves an Isit Sufferance, which then would put us at a point where our Attila Takeda have 4 main pieces of equipment, which is the the gloves, the pants, the shoes, and there was one more in here, and the helmet. So we're missing a weapon and we're missing a chest piece, and thankfully chest piece, we're kind of in a decent shape. Weapon, we're kind of in a decent shape. We can start working towards those. So that's the plan for this account. The idea with this account is to try to get to Attila Takeda as quickly as possible, get there, expertise them, get those equipment rolled in, and start leading rallies, be like a more aggressive player with this account. And this KVK, it will not happen, but I'm assuming that within one more KVK, I'll already be active enough, long enough on this account to first of all get to VIP 14 and get one more sculpture every day, and more events will come by and we'll start hoarding them again. And by the time we reach, I believe, 2 more KVKs, the next, not this one, the one after that, we'll be able to have much more significant firepower on this account to do more open field battles, expertise Alexander, expertise Guan, expertise Khan, and so forth and so on. And I think that this account is going to stay a little bit backwards in time. It will work with the latest and greatest for cavalry, but other than that, it'll keep working on earlier commanders. Alexander is on my list, Constantine is on my list, Guan Yu is on my list, all infantry. On top of that, for cavalry, I have Khan on my list. For archers, I have YSG. I could work on Ramses later on to have like a tanky lead for archers, but realistically, I'm more looking at cavalry, I'm more looking at infantry for this account to be more aggressive, more open field, more of that stuff. So expect that kind of content out of this account. Now, I have a question. Do you want to see somewhat of a weekly updates on this account? I kind of want to have you guys enjoy the process of this account being built. I'm doing this on stream. Every single stream, I'll show you updates on this account and how it grew and what it did and the plan and all that good stuff. But is that something that interests you? Do you want to see the progression of the account as we come up with the plan, and what are the things that we did better or worse in the execution of that plan? What are things that you want to see on a more regular basis out of this account? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'm totally down to do any of it. I want to get to a point where we divide the channel's attention between the big account, this account, and events that happen within the game, other people's KVKs, civil wars, update videos, and stuff like that. But also we show you some of the gameplay and work in progress of the big account and some of the gameplay and work in progress of the jumper account. So let me know in the comments down below. I'm Gekko, I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get a notification. I've been so slammed with work lately, chat. I hate to complain about it, but it really has broken me down. Like last month, we had the best YouTube month we've had ever. It was unbelievable, the crazy amount of subscribers, of viewers, of people interested, of commenters, of members. And now we're like declining, and the decline is okay. After every up, there is a down. I'm okay with it, but I wish I had more time to at least try to get that decline to not feel as steep, and for you guys to get content at an early time like I usually do, proper good stuff, and not just, you know, that's what I would say, like a video that I wish I would put more time into. I hope you guys can understand it. I thank you all for continually supporting the channel, for all my members, all the donors on streams. Liver Wars kicks my butt too. Come join us on stream Wednesday, Saturday, 4 p.m. UTC for y'all to enjoy some of that good stuff. I'll see y'all sooner rather than later. Take care. Have a good one. Peace.